Hey, everybody. Nancy Sasaki, Executive Director at Alliance Healthcare Foundation. Thanks for joining us today this month at Alliance HF. This month is May. How awesome is that? Can you believe, though, we're like almost halfway through the year already, 2014? But really exciting stuff going on. Talk about the innovation initiatives. They just closed on Friday last week. We got in 23 applications. They're pretty exciting, some interesting stuff going on out there in our community. Everything ranging from mental health to working with neurodevelopmental children, preemies that have been born, to things out in Imperial County. There's a lot of variety there. Really excited about that. We're going to be reviewing them at the program committee on the 27th of this month. That means 4 or 5 of them will end up going forward to our Pitch Fest, which happens on July the 18th. The board and our Blue Ribbon panel will be listening to the presentations, and typically they make a decision that day. So of those 5, we'll know on Friday, July the 18th. Make a note, circle it red or green or some color, circle it, and let them know. And so we'll find out who our Innovation Initiative winner will be this year. And since it's May, it's a good time to look back to 2013, and you're going back, like, when? Is that like Throwback 2013? Hey, that'd be a good one to start up on our Facebook page. We'll do that, Throwback 2013. Anyway, we did put up our look back to 2013 onto our website and onto Facebook, right? Is it going on to Facebook? Y'all can't see these guys on the other side of the camera, but that's who I'm looking at. Anyway, we did it, and there's some really interesting information in there. We distributed, you'll see this one, this graph that shows that in 2013 we distributed over $2.3 million into San Diego and Imperial counties. Over the past 5 years, that's the most we've distributed, so we're really excited about that. You'll see on the graph the distribution as it's grown over the years. Also, you'll see on there another graph that talks about our population focus and our 4 target areas that are the poor, which are 250% of poverty and below, the uninsured and the underinsured, the homeless, and children. So when we look at, after we give out our grants, we like to look back and see that we actually, made a difference, or that our organizations really touch all 4 of these areas. And you'll see from this graph that, in fact, we are reaching those target populations. The next graph that you'll see, there's a lot of information there, so you really do need to go to the website or to our Facebook page and click on that link and go and read the whole thing, because you'll see like what our organizations are doing, how much they got, who they are, where they're serving, who they're serving. These are just some graphs to give you some highlights and like make you want to go there, right? But the last graph that we show is a picture of the organizations and where they actually do their work. We're always really interested in making sure that we're reaching all of the regions in San Diego County as well as in Imperial County. About 2 years ago, we decided to really look at how we're distributing money in Imperial County and started focusing on getting money there. So 2 years ago, we had organizations based in Imperial County. You'll see this year that there are 11. There are actually 9 that are based in Imperial County and 2 San Diego organizations that provide services in Imperial County as well. So that's what that map kind of tells you about. A lot of the organizations in kind of the central area of San Diego County, but we're also reaching into East County, the North County, North Central, North Inland, as well as South Bay. So we're really looking at making sure that we're distributing our money not only in the right places, to the right organizations, and hitting the target populations. I forgot to mention that one of the things I always tell you to do is, if you really want to know what's going on with Alliance Healthcare Foundation or what's going on in the community, you definitely need to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, like us on LinkedIn, subscribe to our YouTube page, because we're putting up a lot of stuff up there about the organizations that we're supporting. We're also on Pinterest, so there's all kinds of ways, email, website, but for today, if you want, definitely, here, I'll show y'all. I'll show you. Twitter. You can always go to hashtag or @AllianceHF. Tweet me a question. I'm the only one here today, so it's probably going to be easy to stump me. So give us a question, tell us what's going on, ask me what you want to know more about, see if I know anything about anything. Be good. So don't forget, @AllianceHF on Twitter. Send us your questions. Let me know somebody's out there. Just say hi. That'd be great too. Kidding. Anyway, moving on. Another area that's really kind of hot topic that's happening in our community, everybody's talking about it, is disaster preparedness. You know, as everybody knows, we had some major fires that were happening out there. Everyone's been talking about it, especially the incredible effort that was put on by our county in all different areas to really respond to this. Unfortunately, we've learned from past experiences. What's really exciting, though, is that it's allowed us to get so much better. That in this, you know, all of these fires that we experienced this time around, less loss of life, which was a real plus, and definitely less loss of property. And that's always the goal, is to make sure that property and people are safe. There's so many people to thank, especially the firefighters, both local and from afar, that came in to help us. They do the yeoman's work. But it's really interesting for me this time around to really get in there and find out the behind-the-scenes stuff that's going on. So, you know, there's the sheriff's office and the police office, the Office of Emergency Services. You might not even have known we have that, but the OES is really the group of people that put in all of the response things that we need. Caltrans, 911, CAL FIRE, Red Cross, and many, many others who jumped in to action. One of our grantees, 211 San Diego, was appointed or designated as the place to call in case of any non-emergency resources that you needed. And so I was out of town most of the time, but I stopped by to kind of check in and see what was going on. At the height of the activity, they had like 800 volunteers into their place. So you imagine ramping up all of a sudden for 800 people needing to get on computers, needing to get trained, needing to get information out to people. By Saturday when I stopped by, things had kind of calmed down. And so most of the calls were people wanting to know if they could get back into their homes. It was interesting to sit there and watch one of the volunteers. The person called in, gave them the address, and you see this map pop up. And his address was like in the middle of the purple border, which meant that he was still evacuated. And not only that, I could see that his street was actually blocked off. There's like no traffic allowed on that street, which meant that there was a lot of damage on that street. So they weren't letting people drive by at all. So it was really great, though, that they had all of that information. Things weren't perfect. There were definitely a few glitches. There was a difference in terms of who knew what about what and when, and trying to get out information as soon as possible, wanting to make sure that it was confirmed. So I know that we'll learn even more about how we responded in this particular tragedy that happened, and be even more prepared. It's probably, you know, one of these things happens, and then all of a sudden everybody's talking about disaster preparedness. All of a sudden people think, well, maybe I ought to do something. So if you're in that mode right now, definitely go to the 211sandiego.org website and click on disaster response, and then in that list of things you'll see that there's, what's the next thing? It's disaster response, and then it says, are you prepared? And if you click on that, it gives you all the things that you need to know, like what do you need to like put together for preparedness? What do you need to know, like what to access really quickly? Because can you imagine they've given you a call and told you like you need to evacuate now? And that's when you want to think about what you need to take with you or what you need to be prepared. Probably not a good idea. So definitely go to the website and find out what you need to do to be prepared. Also, Sylvia. Oh, where's Sylvia? Did y'all even notice Sylvia's not here? Of course you noticed. It's me just talking to this little thing right there. Anyway, Sylvia isn't in the office this afternoon, but she did tell me that in response to the disaster preparedness, try to say that 3 times really fast. Anyway, Sylvia was out in Imperial County, and they were keeping track of what was going on in San Diego County and what was going on. And there was one family that was fairly a large family, and she was saying that they actually sat down and they built a plan. So they assigned responsibilities. They talked about where they would meet if anything like that happened out in Imperial County. They learned about the role that 211 played. They started talking about kind of the emergency supplies they need to purchase, and are even thinking about getting a large generator, which, you know, remember when the electricity went out on all over San Diego County? One of my neighbors had a generator, and it was awesome because I could charge up my cell phone and I could keep my refrigerator going. There was some like really awesome football game going on too, and everybody had to miss it. But the real major thing was keeping our food safe and also being able to communicate and find out what's going on. So don't forget Twitter @AllianceHF. Send in your questions. Hey guys, where's my questions? There's one coming. Ooh, wait, whose picture is that? You know, if you, sorry, looking at my, oh, has to do with CNN. Never mind. So anyway, moving on. Summer fun. You know, it's May, coming up to the summertime. Of course, I'm going to talk about health and wellness for the summer, right? That's what we're all about. But even with May gray and June gloom, we live in paradise. So it's the opportunity to get out there and just move. Just do something. I was just reading something that there's some studies that have shown that for women and heart health, moving is the most important thing you can do. It's not necessarily even full-out exercise. It's not even necessarily all of your diet things that you know you need to do as well, but just moving is really an important thing to do. So I started thinking about what are the things you can do to move, right? It's like just go for a walk. We have some amazing places to go hiking in our county as well. I have a friend on Facebook who, I don't know if it's her like thing to like go to every single potential hiking trail there is in San Diego County, but she goes some pretty amazing places and goes hiking with friends, and then they go to lunch. They eat really healthy stuff, but they go out and they hike, find out what's going on in our county, what's available, ride your bike. I do Pilates. That's also a good way to move around, get into a gym, play a sport, tennis, volleyball. Oh, those are things I do. Never mind. Find a sport. Oh, Kevin over there does basketball. What do you do, John? What sport do you play?
Surf.
Oh, John surfs. Did you see that video online? There's like, they go use the GoPro thing and the guys are surfing and it's watching them like go through the pipeline, you know, like backdoor stuff and waves coming over. It's pretty darn cool. Almost makes me want to surf, but I'm afraid of the ocean. So anyway, you can, of course, you're supposed to ask your physician if you're healthy enough, but just get outside and enjoy it. And don't forget, if you're outside, you're supposed to use sunscreen, 30 plus SPF, preferably waterproof as well. Reapply it after you've been swimming, sweating, or 2 hours, or every 2 hours. Get out, move, be out in the sun, or you can wear protective clothing. So, ooh, I think I have a tweet. Is that what that is? Yeah. Thank you, guys. This is awesome. I have a question. This is always great, but oh, there it is. It's over there. Ha! If an organization has information they'd like to share, how can we share it with you so you can share it with your audience? A lot of sharing going on. There's a lot of sharing going on. You know, every way that I've told you that you can get in touch, that you can find out what we're doing and what we're doing out in the community is a way you can communicate back with us. You can go on our Facebook page. You can ask us a question. You can share it. We'll share it back out. You can email me at nsasaki@alliancehf.org. You can check out our website, but you can tweet. You can send me a tweet at AllianceHF. So many ways. We'd love to hear about it. Tell us what you're doing out there to be sharing. Oh, we got to thank you for our grateful. We are grateful and filled with immense gratitude. Thank you for your continued support. Yay! Hey, that's what we're here for. Love to hear more about what you're doing. You can also check out online and on our Facebook page. We just posted, or we'll be posting soon, our April recap about what's going on in the community. Find out what we're out and about doing and learning in San Diego County.
It's on our website right now.
Hey, look at that. It's on our website right now. You can find it easily. So many times we send out those monthly recaps. We look back and we get thank yous. What's really exciting, this last one actually triggered a response for a site visit. Come out and see what we're doing. So we'd love to hear about that. We're glad to see that you're reading the updates. Send us any other tweets that you might have. And since Sylvia's not here taking up all of the airspace, we're done. Love you, Sylvia. Sorry you're not here today. Oh, look at that. Hang on. We got another tweet. This thing is like funny. Loading. Loading. What was it, like a really long one? Oh, we were at your Innovation Initiative. Great event. Do you have any other events coming up soon? No events coming up soon, but we'll definitely be doing another either funding forum or conference in 2015. 2015. But again, you know how you find out? You like us on Facebook, you follow us on Twitter, or do whatever it is you got to do on Twitter. Like us on LinkedIn, follow us on Pinterest, YouTube subscription, lots of ways to find out. We'll be definitely out and about in the community. Love to hear from you. Thanks, everybody.